welcome back to BADCATZ SPORTSCAST. Man, we took like a half a week off, and it feels like forever for me, man. Golly.
Nice to have you back.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, brother. So you guys did a little Huckleberry Finn Tom Sawyer action by yourself, and I heard good things. My man over there said that's the first BADCATZ SPORTSCAST that he watched.
Thank
So
you.
you guys educate
Yeah, I mean,
and pontificate
I don't even know what that means, but yeah, we did.
about
I think so.
soccer to the masses out there who think they know, but they don't look like you two. I mean, they don't know like they don't know it like you guys know it. That's for sure. We are all in black here. That's right. The boys in black are back. It is BADCATZ SPORTSCAST. It is July 6th, 2021, and welcome back. And we're gonna get our groove on, our sprint till football. So we may have another week in August where we de-escalate.
Yeah.
But as you know, with the meeting today, we got my man right there with the pen. What's your name again, son? Zachary is the key. Okay. You know how the Red Sox are doing it.
Yeah.
Where every day somebody else steps up. Well, Magic walked in the room, and I was watching this dude walk across the street, right? And he don't look like your average teenager. I mean, he's got hair down to his ass, right?
Nothing wrong with
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. He's a rock and roller music dude. And the kid Chris, who works for us, was his teacher and his favorite teacher. So that's a good thing. And I saw this kid bouncing across the street. I said, "This is what I'm talking about right here. Not dragging his feet, not walking in, pissing him, moaning about the heat." So, but he's going to get us on some major platforms, and he's going to get us on TikTok and YouTube and get all that you need to do to be a successful podcast at the next level. Because I feel I did a long inventory on the content. I listened to probably 10 shows over the last week, and the content for BADCATZ and the content for Mike and Mika. Mike and Mika, we got to make a little more funny and outrageous, like it originally was, a little bit more. But BADCATZ is ready to rock and roll, bro. I mean, BADCATZ is ready.
Love what I'm hearing.
Is ready to rock and roll. One thing that isn't been ready to rock and roll was a cruel joke by Mother Nature. What the fuck was up with that weather, dude? I mean, people were ready to have a breakdown. I mean, that was some bullshit. I mean, Memorial Day sucked. You know, folks like, we're looking to come out, like as a country, like kick the door in. It's to start. Okay, it's the 4th of July. Let's go. And that was some nasty shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking cold.
yeah, it's not even cool, man.
Nah,
like
it wasn't
60
cool,
degrees.
dude. Yeah,
It
I
was-
mean, come on, man.
Raining the whole time.
The whole time. You couldn't even make. I know how the Arrudas like to get down.
yeah.
Did you guys have a party anyway?
No,
or-
that's the thing. We
I
didn't have
was up in
anything.
the Cape. So
you remember the Cape where you go?
Yeah.
We didn't have much.
Yeah, boy.
We didn't have much at all around.
Yeah.
I was asking, I was like, "Yo, what are we doing today?" Because usually we get together, and Mom's like, "No one's having any kind of parties. The weather isn't that great." And I was like, "Jesus, dude, what the hell
It was
is
like
this?"
The
first-
weather's got us by the fucking balls.
Yeah.
You know that?
they
It's got us by the balls. That was bad. How was Six Flags today?
I went yesterday. It was
Yesterday.
terrible. I mean, I went on 3 rides, dude. The lines were so long, ridiculously. Like,
You got to talk to your boy. I'll get you the Super Pass.
dude, 2 hours. I waited 2 hours for Batman. 2 hours. I
for
went, exactly, dude. You know it. We went together a couple years ago.
Hey, remember I threw up on that
Yeah,
one?
exactly. So I was telling my friends.
I
but-
told him I was going to throw up if we go twice in a row.
My life is too dangerous when I got my feet on the ground. Never fucking mind 50,000 feet in the air strapped in. Fuck that.
I went on the
Not even-
swings that are like 600 feet in the air and just spins you around.
You know you went on the busiest day.
Yeah, I didn't realize, dude. I got a season pass.
Who'd you go with?
I went with a couple of my boys that I play soccer with, and a
I'm
couple
gonna
of
see
their
if my
friends.
brother still has the hookup for the express pass.
I got a season pass, so that was the bad thing. Like, it's not like I got a 1-day pass and wasted all my money, because now I can go whenever I want.
Yeah.
So it's like,
You want to
alright,
go on like a Tuesday when nobody's
I know,
there.
but I work every
Yeah,
day,
man.
Monday through Friday. So the only days I can go is
Really?
the weekend. So it sucks, but
Smells like a vacation coming up.
yeah, exactly. Shh. Someone's listening.
Excuse me, Mimi. I'm not feeling very good today. I'm not going to be able to go to camp. I think I got a bad case of poison ivy. I'm not going to be able to make camp today. I'm really, really sick. Meanwhile, he's ripping out at 6 Flags. The Fall River Flow.
Never heard of it.
What's the scariest ride? You haven't heard of it because you guys aren't drinkers and stay that way.
The scariest ride,
Yeah.
the swings, but the best ride is Superman. The swings are the scariest because I don't like that stuff because I've always seen You know which one? The chains.
Yeah, it's
I've
crazy.
always seen things of people fall off, and this one's 600 feet in the air, literally 200 meters in the air. So it's like,
Can you nail the landing? You think?
yeah, okay.
Hey, just
Nail
roll
the landing
out,
flat.
roll out of it. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, just roll right out, bro.
Jackie Chan does
Hey,
it.
watch Ice Age.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch Ice
Yeah,
Age. Nail out
exactly.
landing. You know he's a professional wrestler. You like
Literally.
wrestling? You like wrestling? You did growing up?
We all did.
We'll show you.
bro,
We'll show
we
you.
got to move for you.
We'll show you. We'll show you.
Don't you want it. And speaking of wrestling, guys, I cannot believe, and now this is another thing you guys school me. And I used to know wrestling. Like you go 70s and 80s wrestling, nobody will beat me in
Wrestling's
the
the
world. Okay, but I watched Monday Night Raw. Man, they don't have any talent.
It's awful.
You gotta watch
Raw.
Wednesdays.
I've been tuning
Wednesday.
in.
You gotta tell you.
I've been, no,
Wednesdays.
You've been telling
You
me
like
about
it?
Doing
Wednesday.
it?
You,
Yeah, the
AEW.
production value's better.
AEW.
There's better athletes.
Woo!
There's
let's
cheesy,
go.
there's-
We're getting you.
There's cheesier roles. Like
We're getting you.
I understand what you guys are saying.
It's like 80s wrestling again.
Yeah.
But the
Yes.
wrestling on Wednesdays is so good. Like the pure wrestling stuff. Like they have great stories. Everything makes sense.
It's
The wrestlers are
simple.
so great.
It's
Exactly.
simple.
Simple. It's what the fans want.
Is there a decent storyline in the WWE right now?
Yes,
Right
on
now-
Fridays, Mondays are not really good, and it's supposed to be their main show. But SmackDown is definitely better.
Yeah.
It might not be as good as Wednesdays for AEW, but Fridays is definitely
What's
better.
the best storyline?
Roman Reigns, he's been like taking over for SmackDown. He hasn't lost in like almost a full year. Literally, like nobody can touch him. So he's looking like they call him like the head of the table, and he has like this family, and he's been like literally
all
just
right, I'm
killing
buying it.
everyone.
Yeah,
His,
I'm buying
his
it.
family
I'm
just
buying
got
it.
caught with a DWI again.
Yeah, that sucks. That's
So
not good.
He's,
Look at that, Mike. It's the 404. You ain't kidding, boy. I've had it. I've had it too many times. Not in a while though. Camp Riley.
Yep.
What's going on? You churning out the next generation of great soccer players and sports enthusiasts.
A lot. Yep.
Not a boy. Not
A lot of soccer, a lot of basketball, whatever we can do. I always try to make it fun for them.
Yeah,
and
you
try to be with them.
dunk on those little kids and making them cry.
I don't dunk on them, but they ask me to dunk, and I'm like, all right, I'll do it, but I'm not supposed to, so I'll do it real quick. And they're like, oh, try to do this, but like,
Oh, so
I'm
you're
not
like
a
the
basketball
bad
player,
boy
so
over there,
I
huh?
can't really do much. Like, oh, put it between your legs. I'm like, I can't. I'm not a basketball player. All I can do is just dunk from the free throw line. But it's not crazy because the free throw line is not like
Oh, yeah, that's a
an
tough-
NBA like free throw line.
When
It's
my
a small-
father was
small.
a politician, a state rep, and when we had Hurricane Radio, we rented Camp Wells. You have a family day every
So you
day.
remember,
yeah,
I'm
you
very
remember
familiar with
the
it.
you remember the hoops how small
Of
they are,
course,
right?
yeah, yeah.
They're probably literally shorter than you.
Yeah,
literally shorter
Well,
than
they
you.
had one small and one and a
So
couple
the bigger
big.
one is probably like 7
Really?
feet. So I can still dunk on it. Like not easily, but I can run and get like my head to the rim pretty much. So yeah,
I
pretty
hear ya.
easy. So
I hear-
there's no really big hoops. So I mean, yeah.
Lots going on in sports, man. Shage, what's up with you? Vacation? You have any vacation time for you? in the summer? How many weeks do you have now? 'Cause my man's in the workforce. Like the real workforce. You know what I mean?
Max out.
Like 7 to 4 workforce.
Yep.
Me and Riley are in the. It's a TikTok in like a different kind of workforce. This guy actually.
So in September, I'm going to San Diego.
Whoa.
So I took 6 days.
So what are you going to San Diego for?
Well, my girlfriend has family out there.
Okay, cool.
So
La Jolla Cove. Remember that.
La Jolla Cove.
La Jolla Cove.
All right.
All right. She'll tell you about La Jolla Cove, trust me. And the gas lamp district.
Gas.
Gas lamp
Gaslight,
district.
all right.
Yeah, that's where you want to be.
All right. But yeah, so I have 6 vacation days, but
That's it? How long
well,
you
no,
been
no, no,
doing
no.
it?
I took 6.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to because my number was at like 35 vacation days. So I was like, all right. So I took those 6, and then they're like redoing the vacation hours, so they're giving people back the time they missed. So now I'm right back up to like 32 and a half.
Enjoy it, brother.
And I'm like, God damn it, how am I going to
Can you
get
cash
through
it
all
for
this?
cash?
No, I wish, because I could have got $6,000 out of
Really?
it. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I thought about it. Yeah, I tried donating them. They won't let me.
Let me tell you something. Work to live. Don't live to work, my
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah, I'm doing it all bass backwards.
Okay, here we go. Bass Agnes. Here we go. The Olympics are coming in Japan. And there's some strange rules about
When does it start, by the way?
applauded
July,
in
the end of
July.
July.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know nearly enough about this yet.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that some poor sprinter. Her name is
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson. Gets suspended for marijuana. Now, the Olympics, and you guys never really got to get. What's both of yours favorite Olympic moments? You have one in particular?
2008 was a really good Olympics. That's when I was big into watching, like Michael Phelps. I watched Michael Phelps. Get
Absolutely,
the six.
absolutely.
That was And then
Olympics used to make you more famous than your sneaker promos or anything.
Yep.
Like, in order for you to be at that level of celebrity, you had to be famous. Why don't we ask that question on our scroll? Yeah. What is your favorite?
What's everyone's favorite Olympic moment?
What's everyone's favorite?
Put in the comments.
Can you type that for me?
Put them to work right away.
There you go.
I have the mouse.
What is your favorite?
I don't know.
Favorite Olympic moment of all time?
What's your favorite Olympic moment of FAVORITE? I think mine would probably be the I don't know, the girls when they play soccer. I love watching the USA girls. I literally just went to go see them play live in Connecticut.
Yeah,
I saw you.
That was awesome. Yeah. That was awesome. But I think that or the men's basketball for USA, just because of how good they are and how fun it is to watch them any year. But I think the 2012 year definitely because of how good that team was and how stacked it was. Like that was just. I think that's my favorite.
I think they get challenged this year.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, I know.
They brought so many stars.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Not so many, but they brought the good mix, I think.
That's the problem. Too many stars.
They got too many 4 stars, I think.
Hey, how'd that too many stars theory work out in the NBA regular season for you?
Yeah, but they're not playing.
Not so good.
Yeah. What's the best team they're going to face?
I'll tell you teams that
Argentina?
I think
they're always good right now.
Ginobili never going.
Spain.
I would have to look at that. I would think there'd be 4 or 5 teams that could keep it close. And you got to remember about this. This is one thing you got to remember. All the pressure is on the United States team.
Definitely, 100%.
That's a bitch.
100%.
Australia had a decent team.
Australia's got a good
Simmons
team.
is not going. Ben Simmons is not going. I mean, that's probably better for them.
No, Ben Simmons should keep his ass in a gym.
He literally says he's
taking free throws.
Lock him up and shoot some free throws, young brother.
Shoot
Please,
shots
God.
in general.
Please.
Yeah.
But
I listen. As much as I hate the Sixers, I hate to see a young athlete implode like that, man.
I'm always huge on dogging the Sixers, but when you're that good at everything else, just shoot the ball a little bit.
And he doesn't play hard enough, okay? No. And he turns it on, turns off. I think he's a little prima donna. But to watch a human being and a kid with unlimited potential just completely blow up and have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes. He looked like a deer stuck in headlights. He
looked like
that's
a kid.
sad.
I don't think he should have been in the game. That's why I think something lands on Doc. Take him out.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine
taking one of the best talents in the NBA and saying, "Son, you can't play because you can't knock down free throws."
I mean, you have to.
If he
and you missed 4, 5, 6 in a row. I mean, that's crazy.
It was a lot. I mean, if he had a decent, not even decent jump shot, he could be in the MVP race.
Yeah, look.
Easily, but
and let me explain something to him. I think I've told you guys this before. You can take a bad shooter and turn him into an average shooter, an average shooter into a decent shooter, a decent shooter into a good shooter. You can't go from poor to good, but you can get up one level.
Yeah.
Just like in a 40-yard dash, you can knock off a half a second at a time if you use the right technique, if you do this, if you train that way. Certainly. But the story of Olympics is this. Marijuana. Demonized by the United States government all the way back to the 1920s. They said it made black and Mexican people crazy and violent and untrustworthy. The propaganda campaigns are crazy. Alcohol, far more dangerous to your health, far more unhealthy to your mental state of mind, far more dangerous for law enforcement, far more dangerous to your family. Far more dangerous to the peace and civility around you is legal. Because they make billions and billions and billions. I guarantee you this. In the history of the Stanley Cup playoffs, in the history of the NBA playoffs, in the history of the World Series and the Super Bowl, I guarantee you there hasn't been one company in this world that has spent more advertising dollars in those events than Budweiser?
Yeah.
Microsoft too early, Apple too late in the game, U.S. Steel, whatever the other ones were, maybe Ford, I don't know. But I guarantee, I would bet my last dollar that Budweiser has spent more money sponsoring sports and filling the pockets of the owners and the TV execs and everybody who makes money, okay? Now, with that being said, her name again?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson knew, and she was honest.
Yep.
She said she knew and she fucked up.
Yep.
Okay? Gets suspended from the Olympics for 30 days, I believe, right?
Yep. Because she's still going to be competing, but she won't be able to do...
She can do the relay.
Yeah.
She can do the relays. Okay.
Yep.
All right. First of all, I think the punishment, I think the policy is ridiculous. You got Sanjay Gupta, America's favorite doctor on CNN, who said he has a complete mind change about marijuana after seeing the scientific and medical studies. What if this girl is depressed?
Well, her mother just passed away. She explained that the reason she smoked was because her mother passed away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, what if she's self-medicating? What if she is doing this stuff? Like the Olympics are supposed to. It's a great event and a truly worldwide event. Okay, even more than the World Cup because every country can participate. Mm-hmm. Some teams get disqualified from the World Cup like we are because they don't qualify. Correct?
Yep.
So the greatest sports mind in the world. Why is that the policy in the United States? Why is it still policy? I'm going to get Riley's argument in a second, and I know what it is. And he's going to articulate, because he'll do a better job articulating than anybody will. But I want to know, why is it policy still? I mean, you have 36 states that it's either legal or decriminalized, about to be like 46 states, okay? You can drive a mile from this studio, and it's 200 people in line waiting for marijuana, okay? You can go to 4 places in the city of Fall River and buy marijuana legally, okay? You can go coast to coast and do it all the way. Why is this still policy? Let me ask you a question. Bill Belichick said a funny thing to my brother one time. He says, I'd rather have my offensive lineman stoned playing video games in a hotel room or run around wild at the bar trying to get happy hour and chasing girls and getting into fights and doing all the other bullshit, right? Why is marijuana, okay? Why is this still policy? The professional sports leagues, is it still?
It's coming down. Even like the UFC is less strict on their stuff. NBA, I think they only test a couple times. Like they've brought
But they're
down,
still testing for marijuana.
I believe it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I mean, you
that's
see
crazy.
J.R. Smith when he's playing. You know for a fact
Yeah, he's high,
he's
yeah.
zoinked on something.
But let me ask you, but I don't understand why though. Listen, you want to test for heroin, you want to test for amphetamines, you want to test for steroids and performance-enhancing drugs. You go crazy. But why are you testing for marijuana? Well, you have doctors and scientists that say this can be good for you. Does anybody ever tell you shooting heroin could be good for you?
No.
Or drinking a case of beers can be good for you?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't get it. I get she violated the rules, and that's why I don't like rules, because you have rules, you have to enforce them, and it takes away basic human logic and basic common sense. But Riley's right. She broke the rules. She broke the rules. Tell me why she should be punished, Riley.
I just think it's a matter of fact that she came out and said, I knew what I did and I knew what was not knew what was gonna happen, but she said she knew what she did. And it's not like if I if I was gonna go to a bank and rob it, I knew the repercussions of it. Like I wanted to go there to get that money to spend it, but I know matter of time, like my time's gonna be up.
A little different levels.
I know,
but
but I'm saying
you.
like
I got you, yeah.
if there's a rule to be broken and I know the rule, like everybody who goes into the Olympics knows, like, all right, you can't do this, 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 and this. Like, and she knew what she did. There has to be repercussions. I understand.
But the Olympics have been victim to doping for long before Lance Armstrong and long before the Russian weightlifters. So this American girls, I mean, this is not performance enhancing.
But it's still, I get it's not performance enhancing. You're not gonna be able to run fast or teleport and win instantly. It's just there's just the rule was already
It's
there.
the United States rule.
Yeah. That if that's how it is, like in NFL, there's a lot of.
But let me ask you a question: should the IOC have a meeting and say it's time for us to catch up? I think we need to modify this rule a little bit.
I don't think they could do that right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Because I mean, at that point, it'd be
No, I hear you, 'cause,
showing
yeah.
favoritism because it's already there.
Sure.
But I think it should be a conversation coming up. I mean, granted, like Riley said,
All right.
you know,
Let me play devil's advocate, right?
Yep.
And I love him. And I love his mother more than I love him because her answers to the questions on 60 Minutes were absolutely amazing, okay? About his son's issues. Michael Phelps is carrying 2 DWIs,
Yep.
okay? Which can kill somebody, right?
Yep.
And he participates in the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, we want to talk about a real world analogy. You know, this young girl fucks up at 18, 19 years old, right? And trains all her life, and then you're gonna snatch that from her. And there's such a thing called should the punishment, should the punishment fit the punishment should fit the crime, right?
Yep.
And working your whole life off and have one bad decision, right? So you know what that teaches everybody else is to lie, cheat, dope, beat it. Don't ever be honest because you're going to get fucked. Right? She could have called for another test, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But I mean, I am glad that she took the self-respect.
Absolutely,
and
sure.
to just say like,
Sure.
I know what I did.
Sure,
I
sure.
messed up. Like this is, and part of the rule is I believe you have to go to a therapist, like or like a recovery thing, and then and she already did that, so she has that out of the way. Now she's just waiting.
Can I explain something to you right now?
Yep.
If you knocked on any public funded recovery center
Probably
in this
awful.
country right now, and you said, I need help for marijuana, you're not even getting in the building.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty pointless.
But some people do need that though. Like,
What?
It's like you said before that not everyone's gonna say, alcohol's like you're not gonna hear anyone say alcohol is good for you. But there's some people that weed's not good for them either. They'll have a bad reaction to it. So as good as it is for people, like it'll help people self-medicate. But there is a different argument saying like there's a lot of people that it doesn't help. Like I've talked to a lot of my friends or people I know that like I didn't like it at all. It just made me like feel like I was gonna die. Like I couldn't breathe well. Like stuff like that. So like there is 2 sides to it, just as there is alcohol.
Yeah, but I don't think there's 2 sides anymore because you have the U.S. Surgeon General. Like, time out. Not everything's not for everybody. You know what I mean? For example, if I was anxious, I wouldn't smoke weed because I think it would make me more anxious. Okay? Yep. If my stomach's bothering me because of my diverticulitis, I know that all the medicines I've been given doesn't work like a marijuana cigarette will. So I get you, Ali, but when you talk about your friends, have they had any medical reactions to this? Have they had any?
They just don't like it. It's not good for them. It's just like the same thing with alcohol. Some people would think that it's good for them, but there's an argument to be made for both sides. I think some people are going to say that there's like weed's not good for them. As much as like doctors come out and say, oh, it can help you this way, it can help you that way. It doesn't mean everybody can feel that way to that one thing. Like there's plenty of people that I've talked to like, yeah, I've tried it once and I don't like it at all. Like it didn't make me feel good.
And that's good because at the end of the day, you're smoking, so there's a drawback to it.
Yeah.
But you don't think that there's overwhelming science and research right now
I'm
that
not
has
saying
changed
there's
it?
not. I'm just saying there's you can't just say that every single it's gonna help like all the time.
No. I mean the diagnosis. I mean some doctors may be old school and may never prescribe it. I just know that the country as a whole is getting away from punishing people for doing it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't think people should be punished for marijuana. And I understand Riley's point. Hey, the rules are the rules, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's wise coming from an 18-year-old man, because most 18-year-old kids are going to go the other way. But hey, listen, hey, the rules are the rules.
Go to the indoor football league when they don't have rules like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what Josh Gordon plays, the indoor football league.
Yeah.
Is where Johnny Manziel plays as well. Like, those are two guys that were like really, really big into that stuff, and they're playing there. I mean, granted, the indoor football league, it's not as big as the NFL was, nor will it ever will be. But
Yeah, but I mean, you really think that you should be allowed to play?
I'm not
in the
saying they
NFL
shouldn't be
thing?
allowed to play. I'm just saying, look at like Josh Gordon. I absolutely loved him his 2013 year, like when he broke out huge. Like I was a huge fan of his. I was so heartbroken when he stopped playing. I was like, oh, he's gonna come back next year, and he couldn't. And for him, it was so hard for him to stay off it. Which, like, okay, if it helps you, I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. But like, if you're not gonna be able to stay off of it and you can't follow the rules, then how are you going to be able to play at the same time? So
Because some people medically need it.
okay, yeah, that's fine. But if the NFL can't make an exception for one person, because then they have to do it for everybody and change the whole rules. So
They can make a thing, because if he showed up there and said he medically needed it, or he told the NFL he was an addict, then he would get tested. The story I told you about of somebody very close to me. Okay, you can say I'm an addict as long as you go to clinicians and you go to counseling, you're going to be okay. You know what I mean? Now, let me ask you a question. You guys remember Ricky Williams?
Oh, he my favorite football
course
player
he is,
ever.
Okay, Ricky Williams.
Yep.
Massive anxiety. You remember when he used to do interviews with the helmet on, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, Ricky Williams lost a lot of money because of marijuana, right?
Yeah, he.
And one of the best doctors, Austin, Texas, is an unbelievable medical community. Probably second or third to New York and Boston. Okay? What did they diagnose him with, and what was his treatment? Marijuana. And it broke that psychosis of anxiety, because he was having meltdowns.
Yeah.
Okay? He was having meltdowns.
And he quit, and he went on like this retreat.
Yeah, that's what I
and
was saying,
just
yeah.
smoked for, a season and a half, something like that. And
That's one of the best 30 for 30 when he's playing poker with those guys he didn't even know in
the-
Oregon.
little tents and
But
stuff.
I'm talking about even after that, when the doctors got a hold of him, okay? Like they said, like they focus on the medicinal value for him, and it worked. I know this. I know this, that human beings are fallible, and young people make mistakes. That's why they're young, okay? And old people make mistakes. Shit, I still make mistakes. I pray that you guys don't make some of the mistakes that I've made. I just think that is a heavy, 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 heavy price to pay for smoking a marijuana cigarette in today's in today's day and age, especially with the Olympics. Like, it doesn't give her a competitive advantage, okay? Especially with the Olympics. Is that an Italy win right
Yeah,
there?
Italy won
Yeah,
on
yeah.
PKs.
Italy win?
Yeah.
And you predicted it.
I did, but I
You want
feel,
the money again,
I know, but I
kid?
feel so bad for Morata, because he used to play for Chelsea, and his family's been getting death threats like in the group stage because he wasn't scoring. He scores a goal to save it 1-1, and then he just
Riley, make him give a who we rooting for here.
No,
I'm
I know,
rooting
but
for
I'm
you.
not gonna root for a guy to have his family death threats.
Oh,
I mean,
is that the guy
he
who
just he
missed?
just missed a
Yeah.
penalty.
All right.
It's gonna be so bad for him.
Paul
So
Bass,
That's his
hey,
third penalty.
I feel so bad for
Hey,
him.
listen, he's lucky he's not in Colombia, and Pablo Escobar is dead.
But
The two
Jorginho,
Escobars.
Jorginho just scored the winning penalty, so I'm absolutely
And
happy
Chelsea
with
player
that. Because
scores
the
when
Chelsea
another
player
one
scored the
misses.
winning penalty, and if they win the whole thing, he's looking
Yeah.
really good for an award. But yeah, they did just win right there.
Okay, so it's Italy and
Denmark or
England
England.
or Denmark. Yeah, let's go Denmark.
let's take the vote. Should she get suspended?
Man. Should the rule be changed? Yes.
Yes.
Should
Okay.
she be suspended?
There,
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Do you think the rule should be changed?
No, because I don't think every state is in. So if I lived in a state that it was legal and I was able to use it because it's legal, like I am right now. But if somebody was in a state, I don't know which states are not, but if they're in a state that's not legal, like they can't use it. So I don't think I don't think they should change it until every state has it legal.
So it's
But
a
what about if more states have it legal than
think-
less?
I think, in my opinion, I think every state. So it's even for everyone. So everyone's in an even playing field.
All right, but what if like 40 states have it legal?
every state. I think until every state has it and everyone's in an even playing field, I don't think they should change it.
Well, and then it becomes a thing of, so like, all right, marijuana is legal in Massachusetts,
Sure.
but my company drug tests when
Sure.
you get hired.
Yeah.
So how long before
You're
those
in
start
court
to get
and they
phased
lose
out?
in court.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's probably in the process of happening.
This
right
is
now.
this is a great compliment. Olympians are role models. It's not about competitive advantage. It's about being moral leadership. That's
Well, I was so you're trying to tell me that because you spoke marijuana, you have bad moral and fiber character. That's insane.
no, not for little kids who, I mean, they're not. I don't know. I completely agree with that. I completely agree.
Yeah,
with
you agree with what?
that statement right there.
So if you smoke a joint, you're a bad person. Or
No, because my whole family does it, and that's calling my whole family
Yeah.
bad people. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
an Olympian, nobody in my family is an Olympian. I'm just saying Olympians are held to the highest level,
Okay.
which we've been talking about this whole show, and people at the highest level need to be held,
I don't know.
held
Why,
accountable
I don't
for
know
their,
why Olympians hold to the last level because they got 18-year-old girls competing. They got 14-year-old girls competing in the Olympics.
But
they got 15-year-olds.
they are role models.
What?
They are
no,
role
No,
models.
they're not role models. They're young, precocious athletes. I mean, they're role model because they're good.
They're representing their country.
Of course they are. Of course they represent the country because they have a unique, special talent. Not because they're better people, or they have better moral fiber than you and I, or him like that. I think because they excel. I mean, if you want to go down, if you want to go, Lance Armstrong represented his country, was the greatest hero in the world, but he was a no good, filthy liar who got people who got people robbed. Got people thrown out of bike. We can go. The list is forever. I don't think that smoking or not smoking is indictment of your character. I think things that indict character. Are you a liar? Are you deceitful? Are you manipulative? Are you a bad teammate? Are you, in it for the money? I don't know. I know. I just think Michael Jordan selling sneakers for $500, okay, to poor black kids in cities all over this country, is a much bigger indictment than an 18-year-old girl smoking a joint.
I never said that was good either. I'm just saying, I think when you're at that level, representing your country, no matter what age you are, you should know that all eyes are going to be on you. I'm at that level. I'm not going to do something. I'm not saying that is stupid, but something to make me I don't know. If you're at that level, you got to know who you are and what people are going to be looking at you. Like little girls want to be like, yo, I want to be her.
Yeah, but what is this? So marijuana is bad because it's been brainwashed.
No, I never said it was bad. I'm just saying. She's not following the rules. Girls at that age are going to be like, all right, I don't. If she's not going to follow the rules,
should you follow the rules if they're bad ruls?
They're
No
rules.
taxation without representation.
They're rules.
One man, one vote. No poll tax for black people. Should we follow rules if they're bad? Like somebody come up here. Some doctor come up here. No, it is an archaic, institutionalized way of thought. Just like our court systems, just like our prison system, they are way beyond policy. Okay? You want to talk about rules? It's okay to fuck a goat in 6 states in this country. It's okay to marry a cousin in 40 of them. There are rules and laws that need to be changed. And I think the medical community, and I think the law enforcement community, and I think I think the powers that be have spoken about marijuana. In my opinion. The scientists and the doctors, I think, have spoke about it. Yep. Okay? And if we're really concerned about athletes' well-being, we should talk to them about alcohol. Okay? But we can't do that because Budweiser, okay, and Smirnoff got the Olympics by the balls because they paid for it. That's the real reason, in my opinion.
I don't think the alcohol is good either. I just think that also, like I was saying, like when I was growing up, like you were saying, like in 2012, 2008, we're watching Michael Phelps. At that age, we're like, what, 10,
Sure.
9,
Yeah.
8? For a 10-year-old, it's not good to be like, yo, she smokes weed, why can't I? Like, as a 10-year-old, I get it could be good for you, but not at a young age for younger people to be looking up to them and saying,
but Riley, but 18-year-olds don't live their life for 10-year-olds. It don't work that way.
okay, but those are the people looking up to them because
But doesn't make a difference. But you don't live your life because of to the people that look up to you.
I don't.
Yeah,
When I'm at work, I'm not sitting there swearing and talking about the things I talk about with Sage.
Okay, because
I know
because
people,
you're working for the boys' club, Bob.
Yes, but I know people are looking up to me. I know what I have
Yeah.
to do there. If I just showed up and I was high, like, okay, weed's good for me, but I can't be doing that because I know where I'm at and who's looking up to me.
Because those are the
Those are the rules, right?
Those are the rules of the boys' club.
And those are the rules of the Olympics. You can't smoke weed. Those are the rules of the Olympics.
But those are the rules of the boys' club. But people work at the boys' club can get shit faced every weekend.
They're not there, and that's what they say.
Well, she wasn't there when she but either way.
Okay.
So to play devil's advocate to your thing, isn't this the same reason we hate WWE right now? Because they're pandering to the children as opposed
No,
to the
I
people
don't
who
hate it.
watch?
I still pay attention to all the guys. I still collect their figures. I still know all the people on the thing.
But isn't
it's
that
not
what
as
pisses
cool.
us off?
It's not as cool, but it doesn't. I'm still following the storylines. I'm still doing it. I might not
So
have
to
the time
use
to
your
watch
argument
it.
against you, you can stand up, right, and tell 8-year-old girls who watch wrestling to suck it.
No, because I don't.
That's okay. No,
I never said it was okay.
I'm not talking about you, but that's your argument, though.
No, it's not.
No, if the 10-year-old, you don't want the 10-year-old to hear about smoking marijuana, but it's okay to hear a 10-year-old about suck it. That was your point, right, Sage?
No,
that's
I never said
what
it
I
was.
saying.
I never said it was okay. I'm just saying those are the people you look up to, and that's why wrestling evolved, and it doesn't do that anymore because.
And that's why the ratings went to shit.
That's
That's
why
fine.
AEW is at the top.
But
right?
that's why they evolved and they realized, yo, we can't be doing this because we're telling 10-year-olds, yo, this is okay to do this, and it's okay for girls to be like this when it's not.
No.
But that's why it
Listen,
changed.
we had a president that got elected in this country that said, I go right up to married women, grab them by the crotch, and stick my tongue down their throat. Okay? So, I mean, where we at here? I mean, he who has no sin cast the first stone, right? And I don't, you don't live your life because that's how you get in trouble. Okay, you want to live your life worried about what people think of you and worry about what type of example. The only person you should really worry about is your child or a loved one. Because I'm going to tell you something right now, okay? Because those 12-year-olds and their parents are going to call the guy a bum. Who he's worried about how he reflects on them, and if he misses a shot, they're going to call him a no good bum. Blah 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 blah. They're not going to say, "Oh, he's a nice guy because he doesn't smoke marijuana." They're like, he choked us. He shouldn't be in the Olympics. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting argument. It's one that is happened in anywhere. I know this right now in 31 states. Okay, in this country, marijuana is criminalized. Now, let me ask you a question. Last question. What if she had a prescription from a doctor?
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know. I'm not into the laws of the Olympics. I don't know how it goes on, but
I think this is a U.S. policy, right? That she violated.
I
it's probably
think
the whole
it's
Olympics.
an Olympic
Yeah.
policy.
Really? So she
I
can test by
think.
Olympians or U.S.?
Probably the
Yeah.
the
All right,
Olympics.
we can find.
That's it.
We'll see if anybody knows it. But like I said, listen, this is a can of worms.
Yeah.
That's what, like I remember people saying college kids should play for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Whoever was making billions of dollars. You know. Speaking of that, NCAA athletes cash in. Masterpiece kid.
Wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah, you got it.
Just because I was arguing this doesn't mean I think bad of anyone who smokes weed. I'm just saying all I want to say is people at higher. What I thought was people at the higher thing should be held for higher.
You don't ever have to apologize in this show for anything.
I didn't want to think.
Every argument you make is based in some type of reason and fact.
I didn't want people to think that I judge people just because they smoke weed. That's fine.
But at the end of the day, right? What people
choice.
outside of this don't know, this is all show business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is entertainment.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
There's a reason we come on every week.
Like,
not
like
gonna judge
we won't be screaming at anybody after the show's over about
No,
marijuana.
not
or
at all.
whatever. You know what I mean? Well, hey, Riley, just so as a coincidence, I hide my marijuana from you too. Okay,
I'll steal it.
I hide. You hear? I hide it from him. Okay, next up.
Because we hold you to a higher standard.
Where we go with it? Yo, time out. NBA. Patrick Beverly pulled the punk move of all punk moves.
Dude.
What the fuck? What is he doing, man?
I like that he apologized though, because I've been,
Oh, boy.
I've been
What
there.
does that mean?
I know, but I've been there. Like you get your head, like you're like,
Yeah,
oh shit,
yeah.
I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like, and he came out, I was like, yo, my bad. Like, good luck. Like,
All right, but
I don't know how true he was, but it was still stupid. to do
Well,
that.
he realized it was the president of the Players Association. He was like, shh.
I'm gonna agree with Riley for a second.
Yep.
In the heat of the moment,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've
but
been
it wasn't
ejected.
the heat of the moment.
There was no need for it.
It wasn't the heat of the moment. That's what it was. If he did that on the court,
That's one thing.
I don't
But his
like
back is
I don't
turned. I
like
hate
it.
that. I hate
but
that.
at the end of the game,
Yeah,
after you're talking shit
all game.
all game,
series.
all
pretty much.
series, and you get a little bit back to you,
Yep.
and then when the game's over, you wait till the guy's going in one direction with his back turned.
And
I
you
think that's a
shove him.
punk.
That's the one thing I hate is when your back is turned. Like that happened to my friend when we were playing. Like someone shoved his back turned. I threw the guy right to the floor, and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I seen
think
the
the
guy wipe out his nose and his face.
I
Yeah.
hate that.
I think the guy who's most, who should be getting the most shit was the teammate who, damn it, who was it? I got to
Which
look at the
Marcus
video.
Cousins?
No,
That's
no,
what-
no.
Cousin was just talking shit.
There
he
was
always does.
someone when he got shoved, he just turned to Beverly and was like,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
was
yeah,
it, and
yeah.
walked away. Like, dude, if that's my teammate
If
who
I'm
just
pulling
got
him away,
shoved,
I'm gonna-
I'm getting ejected. I'm getting suspended for the
But
next.
then you're out. Then you're out.
That's
Yeah,
why.
but no, but he's a.
Then you're out.
Yeah.
Bad rules. Bad
Hey,
rules.
did you see what Chris Paul did after though? He was like laughing about it and clapping
Sure.
because he knew he was in their head.
Well, yeah,
so
of
that's
course.
what I liked as well.
Who would win a fist fight between them two?
I'm taking
Patrick Beverly.
Yeah,
12,
Beverly.
12 days out.
I
of
think
the
I'm
week.
Beverly.
You
I'm
really?
sorry.
They
CC.
say
Oh,
Chris
yeah.
Paul's a bad motherfucker.
I
know,
bet
but
he is,
Beverly-
but Pat Bev is a bad
He's
cat.
a
man.
bad
man.
Well, I'm my money's on Paul.
Let's get it.
LeBron. All right, LeBron.
should set this up.
LeBron. What is the exact? Can we go to
I'll
somebody's
find it.
phone?
I'll find it.
You're gonna find
Because
it. All right.
because if there's ever a reason to fight during sports,
Yeah.
this is it. Okay? This is your TikTok,
All right,
my dude.
I got it
okay?
right here. Ready?
If there is ever a reason to fight in sports, okay? You want me to go like this? You want me to go like that? I mean, is that what you want me to do? Is that what you want me to do? You want the karate chop? You want the atomic elbow, Dusty Rhodes style? You want the figure four leg lock? What the fuck do you want? Bust his head if he talks about your kid like that. Are you crazy on a live microphone in a tournament that you're sponsoring at your old high school? That's like some kid going to the Herren shootout at Derby High School and said, Chris Herren Jr. just got another call because his Uncle Michael runs it and his father, Chris, who played for the Celtics, is in the stands. That is some grimy nonsense.
I have the exact quote. I'm watching it. LeBron definitely did walk up to the. I think it's fine that LeBron didn't hit him. I understand why you wouldn't. I wouldn't take that away from you. It's just because he is who he is and you get big shit for it. But he did walk up to him and was talking to him. But he said this. He said, Bronny getting calls, and we all know why. Because of his daddy. Let's keep it a buck. That's what he said.
Oh.
That's worse.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
And then LeBron, so they have this thing for LeBron. You know those things at the restaurants where it's like you hook him out and it zips out? It's like keep everyone in the line.
Yeah.
So they had that in his corner because he likes to walk out and they're like, yo,
Yeah.
we can't have you here if you're going to keep walking on the court because you are who
Yeah,
you
he
are.
does
You're
that
going to cause something.
Imagine this. My brother had to stop going to AAU games because too many people were around him
Exactly.
and all of it.
That's what
and
I'm saying.
we're talking about a low level.
LeBron's like
Yeah,
LeBron. So,
LeBron's
so they have that thing, right? So he was standing by, he was like just talking like, yo, do this, blah, blah, blah. As soon as the guy said it, he was like, and undid it, and he
Good
walked
for
up to him,
us.
he was
No
like,
shit.
yo, what are you doing? And then
No
the cop came over, and then the video ended right there. So, but that's still, you don't say that. I mean,
That's way too far.
I'm saying something wrong. He pulls that shit in forever. Homeboy's not making it to his car. All right, without getting punched in the face. That is. Listen to me, guys. You have to listen. I've been booed by 15,000 people. I've been spit on. I've had old ladies peg 78-year-old, 80-year-old ladies peg fingers in my face. All of it. Okay. Some of it's a thrill. It's a great thrill. But when they're getting into your mother, your younger brother,
your kid is the worst.
your kid, I mean, that is some foul shit. Let me ask you a question. If you guys are at Metroplex, right? Or what's that place you guys go to?
Longplex.
Long
or
Plex.
You guys you
Teamworks,
got Longplex, and it's a big tournament, right?
Yep.
And the PA announcer goes on there and says, Shays and Riley getting every call because their father's a popular guy and blah, 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 blah.
Oh, he's getting his ass beat before he leaves.
Without question.
By probably not
just
even
us.
us.
By
Probably-
15 of them.
It's
I
not
mean,
need.
our Teamworks League.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad wasn't even there, and he got suspended
Yeah.
for a whole season.
Now, what does the judge do? Because we know what the law is.
Yep.
You know, that you can't smack him.
Yep.
If I'm LeBron James, I'm walking up to the thing and smacking that microphone right out of his mouth, okay? But you know something? LeBron James is going to get sued. LeBron James is going to get charged.
100%.
But the instigator walks. Yeah. The scumbag instigator who put your family out there. Now, this is at St. Mary's High School, where he went to high school. You know that, right? It's LeBron. It's not LeBron's old high school.
Yeah, I mean, he's a god there, literally, like.
Yeah, he's worshipped.
Like, come on, the guy's.
But why would people get on LeBron's case for this?
Because so there's always been stuff about him at Bronny's games because people feel like he's trying to take the spotlight over.
Sure.
Because like he was doing dunks in the layup line, which
that was foolish.
I don't like that.
No, terrible.
I don't like that he goes onto the court when Bronny does something cool. Like, okay, hype your kid up. That's fine. Like, you're a normal human.
Sure.
But don't go onto the court because, like, you're going to make everybody, like, you're going to make all the kids like, oh, shit, LeBron's there. You know what I mean?
If I'm the ref, I'm throwing him out a couple of those.
Yeah.
My father said this to me a long time ago, and I didn't understand what it meant until I grew, and I've seen it at AAU. I almost got killed in these times at a Laza Junior game, which I'm not sure if your family used to play in, but back in the day, there was serious business. My father said he's seen many a good man lose their mind watching their kids play sports. And I'm sure you've probably seen it, and I'm sure you've probably seen it too.
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult thing for somebody to do. Does he belong in layup lines? That is an amateurish nonsense. But listen to me. But LeBron is an accomplished athlete and a polished spokesperson and everything. But he might not be, I think he's a great father, but he might not be the most polished. His emotions are going to get the best of him from time to time. I think he does a good job of holding in. Layup lines was a fool. His friends should be like, LeBron, this is some buster shit. You know what I mean? It's about your kid. Now, have you guys ever been to a high-level AAU basketball game? I saw my brother's team, the New England Players, beat Zion and John Morant by 37 points in South Carolina, okay? Zion walked in with 3,000 people. Now, you think like the Megaplex is big and Longplex is big over there? Like the birthplace of these all fields, all stuff are down south. I mean, we're talking 5-6 times the size of that. Okay? Like crazy. We're talking like 20 basketball courts, full court basketball courts. Yep. We're talking about 20 soccer fields. We're talking about 5 or 6 baseball fields. Madness. Okay, it's an industry now. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's an industry now, and you know, AAU basketball is a crazy thing. First of all, a lot of the coaches or a lot of the people around that couldn't be involved in high school sports because of Corey checks or because of certain situations. Like there are fringe elements like to this. AAU basketball is a cesspool, okay, and it's a lot of people from a lot of poor neighborhoods, okay, and a lot of socioeconomic issues happening, and they think that this kid is their ticket that's going to get them out. Yeah. You know, so there's a lot of pressure on the kids. It's a bad thing. I got a rule: keep my kid's name out of your fucking mouth. You want to say anything you want to say about me while I'm competing or playing?
Yep.
Okay, you know that's the price you pay for fame. Okay, but to make that correlation between him and his kid. Now you know that kid goes to bed with that every night, as LeBron being a burden to him too.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Like, he's trying to become a basketball player, and you're like, oh, you're never going to be as good as your dad. Like, yo, your dad's LeBron. You got to be this good. And it's so much pressure as a, how old is he? 17, I think. 17, 16-year-old. That's way, even no matter what age he is, like, that's too much pressure for anybody to handle, no matter for a kid who's still in high school. Like, that's just like, and just to do even something like that, you know he hears that. Like, he's not deaf. Like, obviously he's going to hear that over the PA system. Like, that's just not fair for him.
And let me break it down to the special circumstances event, right? Kids lives in Cleveland, moves to L.A., has to go to a brand new high school. Goes to this high school that's gassed up, Route Sierra Canyons or whatever it's called.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Now here's the deal. He comes back over from this AAU tournament that's sponsored by his father's company. That's at his father's old high school. He's home again. He's probably feeling good, right? Goes, I'm gonna get nothing but love now,
Yep.
right? Those brothers on the East Coast are breaking my balls. And what happens when he comes home? He gets hated.
Yeah.
Gets hated. Okay, that sucks for a young man to deal with.
Yeah.
We had the conversation about my nephew and what he's doing now, right?
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, you want to change the narrative?
That's how you do it.
You change the narrative, right?
Yep.
Right? And that's a burden. And we're talking about, again, I hate to use my brother as an example because one's here and one is
Yeah.
in the Galactic, actually, but they're both professional athletes, and
Yeah.
it's a burden.
Yep.
Even if they were high school
Exactly.
All-Americans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know, it's tough. And to get into that, that's why I don't even know how you and your father and your brother and you guys play on the same soccer field. You guys must be like the killer bees out there.
Oh, you should have seen our cousin's team at
Any
Tibet.
brawls? There has to have been a brawl.
Yeah,
there
those
was.
are 3 suspensions given out in one game.
Really?
Yeah.
Riley got suspended. He wasn't even.
I didn't even do anything. I got suspended. I was like, what the f-
They
what is
they
this?
picked the wrong person.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no fights in the parking lot. No fights in the thing.
Not in the thing. Yeah, there's been. I've got a few to.
Yeah, in the championship game, he got a red card. Yeah, you got the red
I
card,
got
right?
I got a few red cards.
Or was
couple
it
blue
Cash?
cards.
You or Cash got... You did,
Oh
I
no,
think.
Cash got the red for because I
How many Arrudas run around on the same soccer field
there was
of
like
us.
8
at once?
there-
That
Yeah,
is
so it was
insane.
Me, Sage, Cash, Cody, Eugene, Brenda, my dad for a little bit, Aaron, AJ.
No, Brenda's the girl that was at your party, the blonde.
It's my
She's
sister,
short. Yeah,
yeah.
his sister.
Oh,
So
I
it's
don't
like
know,
9
yeah.
of us. So,
Yeah, she wasn't there.
Yeah, so we had like 9 of us at once, probably. The most. One game we had like, bro, remember that game we had like 6 subs?
Yeah,
we had
we
like
had-
How do you guys pull that off? Do you guys start screaming at one another?
me and Cody once in a while. That was about it.
Yeah, slightly. Again, that's
once.
one of those heat of the moment type things where it's like, someone's telling you to do something. It's like, yo, I know what I'm doing. I know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Family's tough. Competing with
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
that-
imagine. Well, that's incredible.
We won the championship.
yeah, we did win the championship.
Yeah, no shit. They were
But-
scared to give it to anybody else.
But I mean, like me and my
Hey.
brother on the same
talk
basketball
like
team. Me and my brother on the same basketball team. Like we didn't always see eye to eye
No.
mid game because that's tough, especially being the younger brother. Like
Sure.
your older brother, is telling you how to play his game.
Yeah.
And you're
And,
completely
and
different.
you got a completely different game that complements his style, but he
Sure,
wants
yeah.
you to do it his
there,
way.
there are 1,000 different contexts and 1,000 different
Yep.
dynamics. That's for sure. But I got no problem with LeBron doing what he did. I think him being in Lampland was whack.
Yeah.
I think how he acts sometimes on the sideline is unbecoming of him. He should try to be my father told me, try to be a bird on a branch.
But I like what he's doing. Not really I don't like the layup line, but I like how hype he is because it shows how much he's like invested into it.
Yeah.
But like for me, I don't know. I just think you got to know who you are and how much attention you're gonna draw. Like the moment's about him. You know what I mean?
Sure. No kid wants their father jumping around and acting like a fool.
No,
Nope.
I'll tell you a
Nope.
story about
I
the
can
first
attest to
time
that.
I've ever seen my father cheer at a game that I played in. I'm not gonna tell a story now. Do we got a little problem here?
What the hell happened?
I don't know. What do we got?
There it is.
All right,
And
We're
we're
back.
back. Sorry,
and we're
we
back.
had a brief intermission,
Yeah,
commercial break,
that's
TNT
right.
hot dogs. You guys are
That's
amazing.
right. I went to smoke a joint with, what was her name again?
Shikari Richardson.
Shikari
yeah,
Richardson.
We have her in the back.
You will not get suspended from Podcast City, Shikari. I promise you that. But and it's a very interesting thing, and like it's like kids, like people talk about kids, like you really shouldn't talk about them until you have them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's a crazy deal, but I got no problem with LeBron doing this thing. NBA Finals, Bucks Suns game 1 tonight. Will Giannis play?
He's questionable as of
yeah,
right now.
it's
Questionable.
Game time decision.
Yeah, he got upgraded from doubtful to
He's
questionable.
playing, I think. What do you think?
I would love to see it. I'm not a huge fan of his. I don't like to see anybody hurt. I don't like him as a basketball player because he complains a lot, but I would love to see him play just to make everything better.
You don't like how hot he plays?
I just don't like how much he complains for the size he is when he's like always complaining to the refs and always in their face. I don't like that. I don't like when any player does that, and especially since he's on the Bucks and not a rival of the Celtics, but it's somebody we need to get to the finals, so it doesn't help. But I would love to see him play. I don't know if he does.
Yeah, I want the two best teams
Exactly.
going at it. Like,
Are they the two best teams?
well, They're,
Not for ratings wise.
no,
You're
I
gonna take
mean,
a beating.
I mean, I want the best of
most
the
healthy.
two teams.
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
because
yeah.
I know
I get
LA,
you, all
LA
right.
and Brooklyn would have been
Yeah.
the two best teams, but I want the best of
The Bucks.
Milwaukee
Well,
versus the
listen,
best
yeah,
of Phoenix.
As any athlete, any soul of an athlete would,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't want to beat the Lakers without LeBron.
No, because I mean,
Really?
I
you don't want to beat
remember.
Durfee without their best player.
Exactly.
I remember
You
middle
don't want
school.
to beat Diamond without Riley's brother, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not to bring back to middle
Shout
school.
out to my man too.
But but we had I remember
Yeah.
Talbot was the team to beat
Sure.
for probably still.
Yeah.
They won like 5.
Tyree played.
I was there right before my brother played against Tyree.
Okay,
He
yeah.
dunked in when my brother was in 6th grade. 2 hands pulled up on the rim. We're like, all right, cool.
He dunked on a lot of people.
Yeah, but
Lady.
no, it was. I remember Talbot was the team to beat, and we got them. And when they showed up, we're like, something's missing. 2 of the kids like got.
Yeah.
We'll just say in trouble. And so they weren't there, so we toasted them that game. And we're like, hell yeah. When it came to the finals, we got our ass beat.
Yeah,
Those
God.
kids got- it was like a 6'3" kid who was center bringing the ball up. And I was like, guys, we're screwed. 3-2 zones, no man-to-man. We're
3-2
done.
zone. There you go. There you go.
Phoenix.
Somebody new is going to win a championship. I think Chris Paul is the story of the day.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Certainly.
MVP.
6-7 point favorite the Suns though. That's so
Because of Giannis is
I'd go-
questionable.
I'd go
you know
I
what I mean?
know.
Yeah.
But what would they be without? What would they be? 4?
Probably.
2, 3. I think.
I'd
No,
say
I
I'd
think-
say 3.5.
Yeah, I think.
Right?
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah, I think the Suns
But-
have better scores, like more scores. You know what I mean? Than the Bucks
Do
do.
not sleep on Chris Middleton.
But he can
He's
be cold.
becoming a superstar.
He can become cold though.
He's
That's,
becoming a superstar.
He's shedding that Robin cape and he's looking at Batman's
There
tool
you
belt
go,
and he's
there you
like,
go. Yeah, that's
"Mhm."
right. He likes Batman's lady too, right? He likes Batman's whip. He likes Batman's bank account. He likes the Bat car.
Yep.
He likes top billing. Ain't nobody I'm fucking saying come see Robin. Right? You bet your ass. See, that's great. But Chris Middleton, I mean, how good is he? Who's going to play better, him or Booker?
oh, Booker.
Oh,
I love Booker. I love Booker, and I think
I
Booker
smell a
is
prop
a
bet
star.
coming
I think Booker is a star, absolute star. I think he's so. I know everyone knows about him now, but I still think he's criminally
is
underrated.
he? Yeah, he is. He is going to be a star.
I think he
if he can
they're gonna
handle
win
a
right now.
moment.
They're gonna win. I think the Suns win it, and that's like this is it. Like not it, but this is where it starts.
Which starts, yeah. No, I think it's I think it started against the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then, but
Yeah.
them winning it will send it
Absolutely, yeah.
over. I think
Yeah.
it already did because look at this team. Like
He'll never look back if he wins it. There's no mountains to climb except for repeat titles,
Exactly,
which
doing it again.
separate the great ones from the greatest of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as far as the talent level, skill level, offensively,
He's
through the
amazing.
charts.
He's amazing.
Through the charts. But then, so you believe that he does outplay Chris Middleton?
yeah, when we're talking about under 25 players, he's like for me top 3. I think it's him, Luka, and Tatum. Those 3 are. I think
Luka's trying to take some
best
shit
choice,
about being a pain in the ass to play with. It's going to be
Yeah.
interesting. And by the way, I love what the Mavericks did, by the way. You know what they did, right?
What?
They put that whole championship team on the payroll.
Oh yeah.
They put Jason Kidd as coach. They put Jason Terry and AJ Barrera
Yep.
as assistant coaches, okay? And they made Dirk special advisor.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
that core nucleus. And,
Yeah,
and that's
still
Mark,
there.
That's Mark Cuban.
Mark
Why
Cuban,
not, right?
Mark Cuban's the man.
I love Mark
He's-
Cuban. I'd vote for him for president if
I mean-
if they could stand the vetting
Yeah,
process. I think
Everything that he did with Delonte West really sent me over the. I
yeah.
love Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I already really liked Mark Cuban anyway.
Sure.
And then just the effort that he put in
Sure.
to Delonte West. Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy's awesome.
and then how fucked up the media is. They make him look like a bad guy because people are getting harassed at the workplace. It's not, blah, blah, blah. Listen
Yeah,
to me.
come on.
Listen to me.
Can't
It
control
is, it is very, 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 very difficult, okay, in today's age not to offend somebody. And I'm not saying the shit that was going on in Mark Cuban's office. I'm not saying that the shit that was going on in was because it wasn't, okay? But, let's not judge the book on one chapter, fellas. I mean, what he did to Delonte West when nobody paid attention.
Yep.
Okay, like I said, that's a big thing. How he treats his employees. Okay, they get the best of the best.
I got breaking
towels.
news.
What?
Sage, I don't know how to say her name. What's her name again?
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, she's completely out of the Olympics.
Whoa.
She won't run at all.
Why?
She'll miss the Tokyo Olympics after not being selected for the 4x100 relay team. So they didn't even pick her. So
She ran
hold
the
on.
5th
Hold on,
fastest
hold on.
time ever.
This is not. I don't think this is on the marijuana because they didn't even select her. So that's not.
That's why they did.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but they could have. They could have, but they didn't
they're
pick
probably
her.
trying to make an example out because some 80-year-old old bastard is making the rules for the fucking Olympics and he's fucking everything up.
I had to get that out there. Sorry to break it up, but
Yeah.
it was big news. Also, another one. This is kind of like a little bit before, but N'Keal Harry requested a trade out of the Patriots.
Good.
Yeah, I
Good.
don't think.
Absolutely.
No one's gonna bet no.
Good.
about
Good.
that
Just
one.
don't
But
throw.
it-
Good. Time out.
Patriots
Just
Nation
don't. Just
over here,
don't throw the plane tickets at him because they'll drop them.
That's a little. Hey, that pick was.
Awful.
You look everybody
Yeah,
around it. It's just how
Awful.
There's like 3 or 4 guys that are like 5 times better than him, and you take the worst one at the highest selection. That was the worst pick.
Holiday versus Chris Paul. Don't sleep on Holiday. World-class athlete.
Yeah.
Okay? He's going to embrace it. He's from an athletic family. And Lopez versus my guy,
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton.
Ayton.
Don't sleep on Lopez either.
So
So-
you're
The
the Bucks,
Grizzly
huh?
vet. No. I like the Bucks with 7 points.
But so you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
If
Giannis,
I had to best my last $100 right now
to win the whole thing though, not in this
to
one
win
game.
the whole thing, I'd bet on Phoenix.
Yeah.
But if Giannis comes back and he
But if I'm getting $150 or $180
spread.
For 100, which is what it is right now,
Yep.
I'm going with the Bucks.
so the Bucks, even in the whole series, they're the underdog.
They're this considerable underdog. I think it would go from like 180 to probably 120 if Giannis was healthy, or maybe 130, something like that.
Yeah.
But I would think they'd be the underdog.
That injury was nasty. It didn't look good.
I'm going to tell you something right now. The Bucks are more tested than the Suns are. So the longer this lasts,
You think so?
yeah, I do. I think the Hawks have been off for
But
a week.
I think there's arguments we made both sides because the Suns didn't face the fully healthy Lakers, but the Bucks didn't face the fully healthy Nets. I get.
Yeah, but the game still went. The series still went longer. I mean, Phoenix has been bang bang. I mean, they've been sitting around for 2 weeks. I mean, how long have they been sitting around for? A week?
It's been at least a week. Yeah.
Do you want to sit around and wait?
But they won 6. They won 6 games. The Bucks won 6 games too with the
Sure.
Hawks. And I think the Clippers, even without Kawhi, are a better team than the Hawks. I think. So
We all liked the Miami Heat when this playoff started.
We did.
all had
We
an eye,
did.
And the Bucks smashed them.
I came out and said I thought the Heat were
So
going to
did
beat
I.
them.
So
I thought the
did
Heat were
I.
actually
So
going to beat
did I.
them,
So
and they
did
didn't
I.
win one game. They got
Yeah.
smoked every
Chris
game.
Middleton's better than I thought he was. Their coach is better than I thought they was. Brooke Lopez. He's
The
underrated,
resurgence,
bro.
yeah.
He's underrated. What's Eugene saying?
I'm with Mike. Long series goes to the Bucks.
Yeah, I think that. I think that and it's gonna be interesting. Holiday, Paul, and Lopez versus that.
I like Ayton though a lot. I really like him a
Love
lot.
him. I love him for a while. He's a classic throwback center. And you know
Yep.
what he said? He said, I didn't know how to work. We're talking about a young man being accountable. He said, I didn't know how to work hard enough to be a star in this league. The bubble taught me how to work. The bubble removed the bullshit in his life. And we talk about that. In adversity comes opportunity, right? So now he's got all the distractions going. You know, all the guys on the corner. All the guys that want to go to the strip club with no money. All the guys that want to party. All the guys that need the tickets, all of them. You know something? They're gone.
Yep.
Right? So you find a little bit more about yourself, right? You be your own man, right? You know, more time to work, less time for fuckery. I think that's a good recipe for young athletes.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Pressure makes diamonds. Alex Cora is the real motherfucking deal. Put your Red Sox on, ladies. Put your Red Sox on. From Boston to Bangor, the Red Sox are red hot. Here's some numbers. 17 games ahead of their predicted pace to start the season. 27-17 at home. 24-14 on the road. 24-17 against teams with winning records. 27-14 against teams with losing records. 14-7 in one-run games. 4-2 in extra innings.
Oh, that's great.
And God knows how many comeback victories. And everybody's sleeping on them. Red Sox Nation is woke on the West Coast.
I love
Two
Devers.
starting all-stars, too.
All right,
Devers
listen
is
to me.
one, right? Because he hit
Yeah.
he has 21, I think, right now. 21 home runs.
How about the balls on Cora not to walk Osaki? Or whatever. What's his name? The dude you talking about.
The one who just hit another home run.
Otani, I think his name
Yeah,
is.
Ohtani.
Otani, yeah,
Hey,
Otani.
that's up. You don't usually see the Japanese with that stature.
He is.
Even Matsui
He's
did
nice.
What?
Yeah, he's a
thick.
strong dude.
Big
Yeah.
dude. He can run too.
And he's the first player to be an all-star pitcher and batter
That's crazy.
in the same season.
That's great for baseball.
How do you do that?
Yeah,
That's great
I
for
love
baseball.
it.
How many come from behind victories with the Red Sox?
I've been
Somebody
trying
told
to
me
find
20
it.
or something, and I found that was
I would definitely believe it because I've seen so many games where I'm like, yeah, they're losing. And then
Manny,
like, wow, they win.
Manny Ramirez
Manny,
is making more than Verdugo for the Red Sox this year. You know that, right?
yeah, Verdugo's still on his.
Rookie deal.
I think it's a rookie deal, but he's still really young. So, and I expect him to get paid.
But Manny's still getting paid, and he hasn't played in
Hey, Manny's
12
made-
years for the
if
Red
you
Sox.
don't-
Manny earned every dime.
If you can catch a ball out, high five someone, and throw him out at second,
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
deserve to get paid
Sure.
10 years after you retire.
Absolutely. And if your grandmother can die 6 times in one career, every time he went to Tampa Bay, his grandmother died. If your grandmother's got 6 or 10 lives, God bless you. You are a special human being. Manny Ramirez's grandmother died every time he went to Tampa. Hey, Manny, you need the day off, brother. Take it. Don't use your grandmother's name in blasphemy like that. That's kind of crazy.
I love him though.
You know what I mean? Oh, I love him too.
Every
One of
time
my
he did the
favorite of all time.
home run derby on this game for the PS2, I would always pick him. Literally,
yeah,
always
yeah.
pick him.
Yeah.
not?
He's my man. I love him.
Who's better in the clutch, Manny or Big Papi?
Poppy.
Poppy. Yeah, I mean,
Well, let's not forget that Manny protected Papi,
yeah.
right?
But
Yeah.
Poppy's like even later on into his career, like 2013, when he was like what 30, high 30s, and he still hit that grand slam against the Tigers to bring us back. Like
Yeah,
those
he-
World Series that's really pushed me over. You know what I mean, like the one later on in his career.
We gotta jump on these Red Sox, man. We gotta get TNT hot dogs, man.
Yep.
We're gonna do a Red Sox live for a game where they're the underdog.
I was gonna say they're playing
That's
the
tough.
Yankees soon.
Yeah, but the Yankees
I
on-
know
they're-
that.
they're
I
terrible.
know the Yankees.
I
It'd,
can't
it'd be the
believe that.
Astros. It'd be the Astros. The Astros are.
Ooh.
Red,
I would get red hot
Aaron
for
Boone's
that.
gonna have pictures of Ryan Cashman with like 10 young girls or something, or like some Russian secret document, or run around with a Trump Speedo or something, because I don't understand how this guy still has a job. I mean, they got endless resources, dude. I mean, they've been underachieving for a long time now.
Yeah.
How'd you like that? Write that check to Giancarlo Stanton again. Oh, how's that one? All right, Riley. Well, I'm setting it up for you right now. Break down the Euro. What's going on? Hey, this is where you got to be right here. Get a timestamp on this. Come on.
So today, Italy won. So Italy in the finals. I think.
You predicted it.
Yes, I did. I did think Italy was gonna win. I didn't think in penalties because I thought Spain absolutely dominated the game. So Spain had like almost 900 passes completed, while Italy only had 300 passes completed.
Sure.
65% possession, which is nuts for Italy because Italy was
That's
like
opposite. how
exactly.
they're playing.
Italy's been like controlling every game,
Yeah.
making sure like they've been really really good. So that really surprised me, and to go to penalties really surprised me as well. And I was watching it while you were talking, so I was trying to pay attention. And one of their best goal scorers, Italy, missed the first kick. So I was like, oh wow, they're gonna lose because that's a bad setup for one of your best scorers to miss as the first kick. It's like brings the whole team's level down.
Yeah.
So I think for them to come back and win on the penalties because they started off 1-0, like 0-0 down, I think they're probably going to win the whole thing because they haven't lost in 33 games. 33 games. Like, that is massive. In a row. They haven't lost since, like, 2019, I think.
So the Italians and possibly the English.
Don't sleep on Denmark.
I can't wait to see the fight. And
Nope.
it's
Denmark.
in Wembley, right?
It's in
Denmark.
Wembley.
It's Denmark.
All
I'm
the
telling-
games are in Wembley.
So you think London's going to take the Ziggy in Wembley?
Let me tell you something.
Walk on.
I love both teams.
Walk on.
I love both teams because there's Chelsea players I love on both teams. There's Christensen, who's the defender, who's been like Denmark's best player this tournament.
Sure.
Love him. And then England has 3 of Chelsea's players, and that's where Chelsea's from.
Harry
is England.
Harry Kane, right out of the pub.
He has been looking great,
Right out of the pub, right out to the pitch.
His body, he
but
looks like he
they
should
haven't
have.
played. I don't think they've played.
No, I hear you.
Like Ukraine is not.
I wanted to recede the Euro. You looked at me like I was crazy.
Well, you picked them to win it, right?
No, I wanted to recede. I think they should recede
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
at the round of 16.
that was-
and I guarantee they do it the next time.
Well, they did receive it. It's just the way that everyone. All right, so it's if you finish first in your group, you face a team who did worse. So it is reseeded. It's just The people that do bad in their group, if Germany finishes third in their group, that's their fault. Like they finished third. So technically, they're worse than, let's say, Ukraine, who finished ahead of them.
So why not just go to FIBA rankings where they take it all into consideration, like a year's work, as opposed to who play?
Because then that would include outside of the Euro competition.
So like Mexico's ranked like 8th, but Germany's ranked 11th. So you can't consider Mexico's not even in the Euro competition.
Now, were any of the teams that are in it predicted to be here?
What do you mean?
The seedings.
No, I don't think so. England's the only one.
Italy.
No,
not
not Italy to win it though, and to make it to the final.
Yeah,
like late runs.
Who wins tomorrow?
I don't know. What do you think? I really can see a Denmark win. I put 2-1 Denmark.
It depends. If you think fighting spirit can beat England and break them, then definitely Denmark. But England's
in Wembley
so
Stadium.
Good. And
The English
home
were
field
bombed by
advantage.
30 days and 30 nights of Adolf Hitler.
But England,
they want every vessel, every towboat, Winston Churchill, the Bulldogs.
But England's been historically like they always let them down.
Yeah, they do.
And they haven't won anything since like 1960
Let
something.
me guess you should say that about too? The Boston Red Sox,
I know.
baby.
I know.
So it's coming.
I don't think it's time.
It's coming.
I don't think it's time yet. I even if they make the final, I still think they lose. I think I'm going on a
TikTok.
I'm going on a
I'm
limb.
looking at that camera right here, right?
Yeah, I'm going on a limb, but I think I'm saying 2-1 Denmark. I know I'm in the obviously I'm
All right,
picking the
2-1
underdogs.
Denmark, and then in the final. So how's it go?
I think it's Italy. I think that's where Denmark ends. That's why I've been saying I think Denmark makes the final, but I think that's where it ends because Italy's just no matter who's in the final, I think Italy wins.
Yeah.
I think Italy wins no matter what, but I'm taking Denmark.
3-0 England.
Yeah, see, I'm not calling you crazy. I can see it.
2-1 Italy in the final.
They beat England in Wembley Stadium.
Oh yeah, I think they give
In Wembley Stadium.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Spaghetti and meatballs for everybody, I guess. These guys going to Italy. I'm going with some. What do they call it again? What?
Fish and chips.
Some chippies and some. What's the other thing that they have again? Bangers and mash.
Yeah.
Bangers and mash. I am Hurricane, my man Rally, my man Sage. It's BADCATZ Sports. You know how we do it. Peace. Good show again.